And today, we're reacting to Grimiest Guys I Met in Prison, Volume 2. We talking about a place where they put, you know, the worst of the worst, some of the worst people you could ever imagine in one place. Not saying that every single person in there is not, because clearly that's not true. But you got some of the wildest men in there willing to do, bruh. If a motherfucker is willing to see a man and say, you know, I'm trying to, you feel me, get a hold and by force, that's a scary, grimy individual. Let's get to the video, man. Let's do it.
Today we're going to talk about somebody I did time with that I heard another YouTuber mention in one of his videos. A guy by the name of Cherry. And I've seen him. If you watch YouTube, you're into the prison genre, then you know who Joe from After Prison Show is. Joe is like, he's one of the pioneers of this prison genre. You know, he's one of the GOATs. A lot of people like him, a lot of people don't. You know, that's their choice. I was locked up where Joe was locked up, but me and Joe weren't homeboys. I would see Joe walking around with his bag of paint. He painted the murals in the visiting rooms, murals in the gym, murals and, you know, paintings in the chow hall. He did staff dining, but I would always see him walking with this big bag of paint over his shoulder and these paintbrushes, headed to wherever he had to work for the day. And there was another dude that's named Fat Dave that used to walk with him that, you know, they painted together. Fat Dave was called Fat Dave for a reason. Fat Dave was huge. So anyways, in watching some of Joe's videos, older videos, he had mentioned this dude Cherry. Cherry, to say the least, he tried to come off as if he was crazy. He tried to intimidate people. Tried to win his battles with fear. I've been in 5 building for a couple months now. I just come out the hole. They moved me over to 5 building. And Cherry was back in the hole when I was in the hole. And that dude had a mouth on him. He be telling dudes through the door, man, when we get out the hole, I'm annihilate you. And Cherry's a good sized dude, man. You're talking somebody over 6 foot tall, probably 6'1", maybe 220, 225. Big, solid, crazy
height, good weight.
Black dude, right?
You start putting you put that extra 20 pounds on 6 something, and he's like 200, and you put that extra 20 on the 6 something dude. That's a large person, bro.
But to hear Cherry run his mouth, that shit don't impress me. That shit don't scare me. I've seen it a million times. You know, they say the loudest guy in the room is the weakest guy in the room.
Right.
The most predictable guy in the room. Because if he's busy running his mouth, he's not seeing what's going on around him. Everybody knows where he's at. You know what I mean? So it's just something that's the prison saying. Well, I get put in 5 building, and it would be probably a week after I got put in, 5 building. Cherry walks in. And Cherry had said some things when I was in the hole. Not to me, but I just heard him in general, because when somebody talks in the hole, you hear it, because it's quiet back there usually, unless people are kicking the door, acting retarded. And Cherry, tell people, man, I don't even really like fighting black dudes, man. I like beating up white boys. I like beating up on white.
Just random. Why is you saying that? Like, just mad and random. I don't like fighting black dudes. I like whooping white boys' ass. Just random and upset.
Dudes, right? And I'm listening to this dude, and I'm like, and I'd seen when they take him by my cell to take him to the showers, he'd be cuffed up, and I'd be looking at him. He'd look at me, and I'd just look at him as he walked by.
Yeah.
Oh, you like beating up white dudes, huh?
Right. Face.
I already knew something. I don't know if it was just the fact that I didn't like Cherry, but I knew there would come a time when we were going to bump heads. And I was going to have to show him that I didn't believe all that talking he was doing, right?
Yeah.
That day comes. We've been in the same dorm together now. It's all bunks. There's no cells, just bunks. There's a microwave, for all of us to share, pay phones, things like that. So here I am. I got my food next to the microwave. The way the microwave works is there's a lot of people that need to use the microwave. There's only 2 of them. There's one right beside the bathroom, back where the washing machine is, and there's one all the way up front. We would use the one right there by the bathrooms, right? I go to put my stuff in the microwave, and I hear Cherry. He's walking up with his bowl of food. Hey, I got next.
Man, prison is not the place for me, bro. Jesus! I got next on the microwave, man. Like, the fact that has to be said out loud and established to everybody. Hey, I got next on the microwave. And you got to say it tough, too. You can't be like, hey, y'all, just so y'all know I'm next on there. And I got next. I got next on the microwave. It's like, damn, bro. It's just not for me, bro.
I looked over at him, put my food in the microwave, shut the door, pushed the buttons. Yo, I said I had next, man. So, nah, you ain't got next. Such and such is after me. You can ask him who's after him, but you ain't got next. Now, I'm about to put my stuff about to go in the microwave. I said, yeah, you'll take that up with the next man, because my shit's in right now. Nah, you need to get that up out of there. I'm about to put my food in the microwave.
Man, what? Oh, my God. Oh, man, stressful. But, man, watch out, man.
Yeah, touch my food. That's all I told him. Touch my food. If you touch my food, we're going to have problems. One thing leads to another. He sits his bowl down. The microwave sits on a stand, like a shelf that's built on the wall. He sits his stuff down, starts his rah-rah, poking his chest out, normal self, right? And the whole thing transpires in a matter of seconds. Boom, 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 boom. We start going at it. What I don't realize is there's a guard walking through the dorm, and no sooner than I take off on Cherry and start to swing, I look over, and there's a guard standing there with his arms crossed, looking at me. I just got out the hole. So I let my hands down, I back up. Cherry looks over and sees the guard. We try to play it off, because I want this fade without going to the hole or it being interrupted, right? Guard calls another guard. They come in, they cuff me and Cherry, take us out to what's called
my God, I'd have been so mad at this nigga, bro. Oh my God.
The view in the front of the building. It's a little waiting area you got to go into when you first come in the building. They buzz a door, it lets you into a little open area, and then there's a dorm to your left and a dorm to your right. Then they buzz a door to let you into whatever side you live on. They take us out there and they got us cuffed, and the officer goes back, into this like little room with another officer, and we're standing there. I told him, man, you got me fucked all the way up, bro. Yeah. I'll beat your ass. I heard you back in the hole running your mouth like, you ain't gonna do shit to me. I'll beat your ass. Like, you got the right one, huh? You might scare these other dudes. You don't scare me. You ain't crazy, bro. The thing about crazy people is they usually don't know they're crazy. They don't walk around saying, I'm crazy. A crazy person will tell you, I'm not crazy. A person that plays crazy will tell you, I'm crazy. Cherry wasn't crazy. He just tried to play the crazy card while he was locked up to win his fights, right? So all that energy he had inside and we're both handcuffed, all the energy he had inside at the microwave is now dead. Shit. Bro, that's my bad. You know what I mean? I shouldn't even have acted like...
Man, what? Oh, nah, man. Watch out, bro.
Yeah, I should have just got in line. I see, that's what it is, man. So we're still standing there, and ain't no officers coming back. I said, well, look, we're going to keep it calm. And after the officers roll out later tonight, we'll slide up in the bathroom on the late night shift, on the late night tip, and go ahead and, get this in. We'll finish this, you know what I mean? Like, I know you feel this type of way. I feel this type of way. Everybody's seen what took place, so we got to go ahead and run this, when nobody's looking. All right. He says, all right, he agrees to it. Officers come in, and one officer tells the sergeant, he went and got the Sergeant Medina was the name of the sergeant at the time, tells Sergeant Medina, I seen Offender Williams strike Offender Cherry in front of the microwave several times. They noticed I was there, and then they tried to play it off like nothing had happened. Cherry tells him, we was just horse playing. He wasn't trying to go to hole, I wasn't trying to go hole. I said, man, we was just joking around. You was not joking around. Y'all were fighting. Like, you full-fledged three-piece that man in his face. You know, the marks on his face, where they come from? Cherry's like, no, those was from basketball earlier. Those was from basketball. We was just playing. Tell him that you my homeboy, right? I was like, yeah, we homeboys, right? Y'all stop playing. Next time you horse play, Medina was a cool guard. Next time he was Spanish dude. Next time y'all catch you playing, you get the charge, you go to the hole. I'm not playing, you go to the hole. I said, all right, man, take the cuffs off. They let the cuffs off. We're walking in the pod, and I'm thinking, all right, tonight we're going to run this, in the bathroom. We'll go in the bathroom and just go and fight.
Because what happened with the food?
As we're walking, Cherry's walking beside me, and I'm going back to the microwave. Cherry tells me, we good, homeboy, man. Everything's dead.
Nah, that's not what I said, though. Nah, because you playing, bro. You was sitting here, you done sparked this whole bullshit. No, man, come on, man.
So I just kind of look at him like, he don't want to fight, right? All that crazy shit is just crazy shit. It's not real. We good, homeboy. It's dead, man. Ain't nothing but love, man. I ain't mad, man. It's,
nothing but love. That's the most annoying shit, bro. When a nigga said, but it's all love. Bro, that's the most annoying shit in the world to me, bro. Oh, my God. After some bullshit happened.
It is what it is. Everybody saw me punch you in your shit, so I ain't really too concerned with what happens now, because everybody knows that you can try that shit with everybody else. You're not going to try that shit with me, right?
For sure.
It gets deeper now. Cherry, if you watch Joe's videos, Cherry would do some grimy shit. Like Joe said in one of his videos that Cherry used to sleep near him, and that Joe was laying there, and Cherry made a comment to him, I know that boy know I touch his butt while he's sleeping.
What? See, he might actually be crazy, bro. Like, it is like a certain crazy, though. The crazy where it's like, if somebody who just can't live life normal, they can't live life like a normal human being and just feel like they gotta do something, that's a level of crazy, bro. Somebody that just feel like they have to disrupt the normal flow of the earth, that is a crazy person.
He knows I be touching his butt. These are Joe's words. This Joe's to show you how messed up,
This is Joe's words.
Acting. Joe posted some videos of Cherry, a picture of him and Lil Boosie on a tour bus and whatnot.
Wow.
But Cherry just wouldn't stop there. Cherry seemed to have problems with everybody. Everywhere Cherry went, trouble went. So I spoke about a YO, a youthful offender, a guy that was a juvenile that was in there named DJ. DJ ended up becoming blood. He got up with the bloods. He slept in the back. But before he came blood, he slept in a bunk next to a good friend of mine, my homeboy, Fro. Fro, hey, shout out to you, Big Fro, if you see this. Fro was just, he'd been locked up 21 years to begin with. He shouldn't have been at this place. I shouldn't have been at this place. We both got screwed and got thrown here just for the benefit of the numbers in the program. Fro was on his 21st year incarcerated. He was old law. He got locked up in like 93. Was eligible for parole. He was doing a 25-year sentence, so they sent him here at the very end of his bid. Me and him did not take well to this place, all these guys at this place at all. Fro told me he caught his time because he was selling crack. He gave a dude a chunk of crack one night, and the dude was like, man, this shit don't even look real. Can I taste it? And Fro told him, yeah. The dude put it in his mouth and bit a chunk of the rock off, tried to keep it inside his mouth, and tried to give it back to Fro. Fro was like, well, you just bit the rock? Dude tried to run off, Fro pulled out, shot him. Bam.
Oh, hey, what's good, y'all? I'm back again. And I've been putting a lot of people on to this program called Free Cash for a while now. Check out one of my supporters that had the biggest payout that I've seen yet from all the DMs y'all have sent. And I promise you, they've been hitting me up saying that they've tried it and it's worked. They've been getting cashed out, and I love to hear that because it genuinely actually works. And don't think I have not been seeing y'all's comments saying things like it doesn't work, Dior supporting a finesse, they're trying to take your data, and it's not true at all. And the fact that y'all would think that I would even put that on a video to get y'all finessed is wild to me. But hey, first off, Free Cash does not sell your data. They strictly track your progress to make sure you can get paid. Only sign up with an email and password and give no personal information. So I don't know what y'all are talking about. Here's how it goes. You sign up through my link, and inside you see a list of apps and games. Download and play and beat the levels that they tell you. That's the key. You got to complete the requirement. And once you hit the level, the system credits your account. And every time you finish, you get real money. Cash out to your PayPal or get a gift card, while it also being free of charge. The games pay Free Cash to get new players, and Free Cash just shares the money with y'all for trying it out. It may take a little time to get a huge payout, but if you're gonna be on your phone playing games anyway, you might as well make $5 to $10 doing the same thing. I don't want to hold y'all any longer, and I hope I've cleared up some things if you've been sitting on the fence. Hit the link, try a few games, and then DM me. Let me know that you've been winning, actually getting your money. Like I showed y'all earlier, bro made $1,000 off of Free Cash. I'm not promising that's gonna happen every day for y'all, but the fact that there's a possibility for doing something that y'all already do should really be all the convincing that you need, bro.
I don't think he killed dude. He didn't ever tell him if he killed him, but he shot him. That's the backdrop on Fro.
Damn, shot that nigga by the. He got shot by the bite a piece of crack. Nigga got shot about a piece of little crumb of crack. Oh my god.
He's short, 5'6", 5'7", but he is wide. Dude looks like a bulldog standing on his back legs. His back was like huge. His arms are huge. He had been lifting weights in prison now for over 20 years. This is a big dude. He was just short. Well, little DJ happened to sleep at the bunk right next to Fro's. Cherry and, DJ and them would be back there on the late night tip. And I guess you'd call it a little disrespectful, but they were young. They were teenagers. There was a bunch of teenagers in this pod. They'd be back there making the most noise at night while people were trying to sleep, right? And because DJ slept next to Fro, Cherry wouldn't really say anything to DJ, because if he got into it with, little DJ, Fro was going to jump in, because Fro wasn't about to let no big-ass grown man put his hands on no juvenile, right? Which was very common. So DJ and them, man, they be back there on Saturday night, Friday night. It'd be 2 o'clock in the morning. They be turned up back there. They got the radio playing. We out in 757, 7 cities. They got the, late night uncut version of songs playing on the radio. Everybody's got their radios on. They back there rapping along with the music, just being young, man, just having fun, making the best of a bad situation, being incarcerated. And the dude Cherry, you would see him sit up on his bunk and look all the way to the back, all angrily. And Fro would glimpse up at him like, man, they just youngins, you know what I mean? Leave them alone. And Cherry would lay back down. I told y'all it always ends bad, especially with these grimy dudes. It's late one night, probably about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. For Cherry to get to his bed, he's got to pass DJ's bed and Fro's bed and going back to his bunk. I'm dead asleep, and me and Fro slept on the same bunk line, so if I lift my head up, look down about 6 bunks, that's where Fro slept, and then DJ slept beside him, and then Cherry slept all the way at the end. I hear all this commotion. I hear somebody going,
oh, shit.
And I hear him telling him, I'll kill your motherfucking ass, you grimy piece of shit. Why would you do some shit like that? You a dirtball. You a piece of shit. Cherry had walked by DJ's bunk, and when we would get out the shower, we would take our towel, hang it on the edge of our bunk, because there's like these metal rails, and we'd take our washcloth and hang it there to dry. Cherry thought everybody was asleep, walked by DJ's bunk, grabbed DJ's rag, walked over to his bed area, wiped his ass with it.
No.
And then took it and hung it back on DJ.
No. Cherry foul as hell. He living crazy.
Fro seen him do it, come straight up out the bed, grabbed Cherry by his throat. Now, remember I told you Fro's only like 5'6", 5'7" with a pair of Timbs on. He grabbed Cherry by the throat and just started choking him. Picked him up. You grimy, Da-da-da. Everybody starts waking up now. I wake up, I look over, and Fro's got...
That's some grimy, dirty shit, bro. That's some evil shit. Wow.
Cherry pinned up against the bunk, and he's choking him.
Facts.
I'll kill your motherfucking ass. Takes him, slings him from in
What
between
up?
the two bunks out into the aisle, in between where all the
Cherry a
bunks are.
hoe.
Comes out on him, tells him, get up, get up. Cherry's laying there like this, like scared to death, like he ain't want no real smoke because he wasn't really crazy, right? Now there's been the altercation with me and Cherry. There's been the altercation with Fro and Cherry. Cherry's done threatened some of these other dudes in here that believe that shit, but we didn't believe it. Neither one of us, because we had both been on Max's, we'd been on yards where shit really got real. This place was a joke to us, right? Me and Fro were the main two dudes that I had it out with Cherry, right? So Fro's telling him, get up before I just get on top of you and beat the shit out you, right? By now, everybody has woke up. It is 3 o'clock in the morning, and we're in an open bay dorm. Fro's, squatting over top of him like, dude, some of Cherry's like cowering, scared to death, right? Fro told him in the morning, you go pack your shit up and you will get the fuck up out of here. I don't care how you got to do it, but when we come back from chow, if your bunk is still made and your stuff is still in here, I'm beating the shit out of you every day until you leave.
Right.
Chow that morning, Cherry made a big ass scene out front of the chow hall with another dude, just a random dude, caused himself to get locked up. That was the end of Cherry. What type of person
That's
takes someone's wash rag?
Wow.
The rag they wash their face with. Because we have one that you would use on your body, and you have one you just use for your face, because you don't want to be wiping your face with the same thing that you wipe all your other parts with, right? What type of person does something like that? A grimy person.
Grimy ass nigga.
Cherry, if you're watching this, you are a piece of shit. A whole entire Mr. Hanky with peanuts, corn, and bubble gum in it. Disgusting, poor excuse for a human being. I'm pretty sure you're locked back up because you're a whole entire moron.
Yeah, a motherfucker moving and living like that can't be moving around. Couldn't have just switched out of nowhere to start making good decisions. That's not good. That's not a person that has good decisions instilled in him.
Let's get into the next one. Now, when it comes to getting tattooed in prison, you need to know who you're dealing with. You need to know that this is a clean person. He's not someone that's going to use someone else's needle on you. He's not pouring leftover ink that he used on somebody back into the bottle of ink. I've seen all these things happen. I've seen guys not like guys and not sharpen their needle sharp enough to make the tattoo even more painful. That's super grimy. I've seen dudes not like guys and take ink that they have been using on somebody else that's got their blood mixed in it now and pour it back in the bottle.
Oh my
and use it
God.
on guys. So needless to say, if you're going to get tattooed while incarcerated, you got to have some type of a trust with your tattoo artist, or do what I would do, always bring your own stuff. I never let the guys that tattooed me set their stuff up and tattoo me.
No.
I had my own bottle of ink, my own gun, stretched my own needles, made my own needles. That way when I came to them, I know everything you're using is clean, everything you're using is mine. Been tested since I got out. Never contracted no hepatitis, no nothing like that. And it's very common for guys to catch stuff like that because of cross-contamination and some of these dudes being dirtbags.
Hell no.
We have a tattoo artist in the pod at the time named James. And James is an older white man. I wouldn't say older. He was older to me at the time because I was in, my late 20s and he was probably in his mid 40s. So not older, but older to me at that moment in time. James could tattoo his ass off. James put quite a few tattoos. He did all the bricks on my arm, the buildings, the pistol, the tear out with the skulls. He did a bunch of different tattoos on me. The flames and stuff on my wrist and just different things.
Be cool.
To say the least, the man could draw and the man could tattoo his ass off, and he had really cheap prices. Didn't have a lot of tattoos on him, and the ones he did were like really old from where he had been doing prison time a long time, and these were done in a whole different state that he had done more prison time than prior to this, right? I thought James was somewhat of a stand-up guy. I'd never seen him do anything out of character. Never seen him do anything grimy. We get a guy named West Virginia, another white guy, comes in the pod one day. West Virginia was in there for making meth. Something he did wrong, ended up blowing up this little camper where he had it parked out in the woods. Said something about an open flame or something. I didn't really get into it. I just briefly overheard him telling why he was locked up. He was lucky to get out of there and not be blown up. He wasn't in the camper when it blew up, but West Virginia was a meth cook, cooked meth. He was in prison for cooking meth at 5 years.
Okay.
James was doing, I want to say like 10, 15 years for breaking in houses. You know, he was a thief on the streets, had to feed his drug addiction. When West Virginia comes in, he's just not normal. You ever met one of those guys that just, you feel weird when they come around, just like you don't want to talk to them. They laugh at everything, even when it's not funny. Super corny type dude, just not someone you would kick it with. That was West Virginia. Him and James get to arguing over the tattooing line, because the way it works is if I have an agreement to tattoo you, well, you've got to wait until I'm done with all the other people that I've agreed to. It's almost like a list.
Makes sense.
West Virginia didn't want to, honor the list and felt like, well, man, you always be going to wreck. You be doing this and doing that. You could tattoo me during this time. And
nigga, this is my free time.
And James is ready to beat his ass, right? Like really, legitly trying to beat his ass, like trying to get him to come in the cell. West Virginia wouldn't go. James tells him, I'm not tattooing you. You know what I mean? Kick rocks, go to somebody else, holler one of these other dudes. I'm not doing nothing for you, right? A little bit of time passes up. James's list starts to clear up. You know, he's finishing off the list before he takes on any new people. West Virginia comes to him and says, man, I'm sorry. Just kicks the sad sob story, please. I'll pay you more than what we agreed, man. You know, I ain't got much longer. I go home. I really want to get this tattoo on the side of my neck. It might take you an hour and a half, 2 hours. Please, please, please. He begs James, right? Me and James talked all the time. He comes over my cell. He said, I'm going to do West Virginia's tattoo. I was like, cool. I was like, I'm not doing it. I don't deal with the dude, man. If I don't really deal with you, I'm not going to deal with you. If I don't like you, I'm definitely not going to deal with you. She's like, yeah, I'm going to do his tattoo. Right? So sure enough, one night, West Virginia goes over there. James puts the pattern on the side of his neck and does this big-ass tattoo all the way down the side of his neck. Looked great when he did the tattoo. Next morning, West Virginia's over at James' cell telling him, hey, man, there's something wrong with my tattoo. He's like, what's wrong with it? He's like, look at it, man. It's all swollen. There's pus coming out of it.
Whoa.
It's like, it's green and yellow.
Oh.
It looks infected. James is telling him, no, man, it's way too early to be infected. There's nothing wrong with your tattoo. You'll be all right. He's like, no,
green with pus. What you mean?
And James is like, Jay, come here. So I go over there and I look, and as soon as I see his neck, I'm like, oh, shit. What is wrong with your tattoo? He's like, I told you. He's like, this shit is hot. It hurts, man. What did you do to my neck? He's like, man, I didn't do nothing. I just did your tattoo. What did you do? Like, did you wash it with dirty hands? Did you touch something and touch it? Did you wash it with a dirty rag? Man, I ain't do nothing, right? Over the next few days, this dude, James's neck started oozing.
Oh, my
big
God.
Chunks of yellow.
Oh, my God. What did this nigga James do? But this is foul. This is the thing, though. I don't feel like I'm getting a prison tat, though. Unless bro just something so crazy like, yo, oh, you tattoo out on the streets? So you know how is this all supposed to go? You feel me? Like, okay. Like, you know about sanitizing and all these things. You know what I'm saying?
Were coming out. Big sores were appearing
all my
over
God.
his neck. I mean, like open sores. It got so bad that James had to end up getting taken to the infirmary Because not only did he have MRSA
Oh,
all over his neck and it spread on other parts of his body, he had a massive blood infection. He was sick.
Oh,
his neck, most of the ink had been rejected. It was just a big glob of damage. A big, you couldn't even really tell what it was no more.
Damn.
So they take him to the infirmary, they pack him up. Never seen West Virginia again after that, right?
Oh my God.
James would go on to, I can't remember if James got shipped or...
Imagine, you got a tattoo coming up next after something like that, though. I'm not going to no fucking James about no tattoo. You crazy?
Went home, but what he did, for one reason or another, in due time, James disappeared as well. James' cellmate comes forward with the truth on the situation and what had happened. James didn't like West Virginia at all. James sat in the cell that night, made West Virginia's ink to do his tattoo, but instead of doing it the way we do with rubbing alcohol and soot, maybe a drop of VO5 shampoo, whatever, he mixed this man's ink with piss.
That's like, I'm not laughing at him. I'm like, that came out because that is insane. That is insane. That is grimy. That is dirty. Over something. What did he say? What did he have possibly said to have done that? And he said he was sorry. Oh my God.
He put the soot in the little bottle, added piss to it, and shook it up.
Oh my God.
Brung West Virginia in a cell and sat there, commenced to putting this big ass tattoo across the side of his neck.
His neck.
That he had mixed up with his urine. Which then turned into a blood infection, which started this huge staph MRSA outbreak in our pod.
Wow.
West Virginia wasn't the only one to catch the MRSA staph thing. That shit is highly contagious. If one person gets MRSA staph, people start catching it. It spreads like wildfire. Like, you know what I mean? Like poison ivy. Everybody starts to get it, right?
I had poison ivy once.
So yeah. And it was a good thing James was gone, because a lot of dudes caught MRSA and they would have hurt James real bad.
Then they found out.
But James, rather than just putting the hands on West Virginia, figured the best option to be just getting at him by any means necessary.
Oh my God. Damn. Well, yeah, another crazy prison video, man. Shout out Jay Williams, bro. I love y'all, bro. I appreciate you. I'm grateful for y'all. Best community world week on, man. ADD, let do it.